Morning, peeps. It's another beautiful day in paradise. I got a reading for you. This is from Proverbs 31. It is written by Crystal Evans Hurst. The text for today is, "Now Jesus stood before the governor, and the governor questioned him, saying, 'So, you are the king of the Jews?' And Jesus said to him, 'It is as you say.' And still he did not answer him in regards to even a single charge. So the governor was greatly amazed." Matthew 27:11 and 14. It says, "Recently I had a conversation with a volunteer at church. This young woman had previously expressed a desire to grow as a leader and wanted to share some things she felt would help her do her job better. I was not ready for what was to follow. The conversation moved from this young woman's talking about herself to talking about me. She pointed to quite a few things I actually thought I was doing right, and she suggested I was doing them quite wrong. Honestly, I'm still wrestling with whether or not the observations were correct. I do want to be a person of integrity. However, I hate it when it seems people don't understand me, and in that moment, I felt anxious to respond and ready to defend. It took great strength to stay quiet. Actually, I didn't totally stay quiet. After the first and second critique, I couldn't restrain from speaking up when the third criticism rounded the corner. Let me tell you why I do this. As soon as the words rolled off my tongue, shame washed over me. I had lost sight of myself by exchanging the priority of being seen by God for the desire to be seen in a good light by another person. I wanted to be a person capable of owning the space she is in, resisting the urge to prove myself when words are spoken against me, because I know who I am and where I stand. I'd like to say I've always been that girl, but that isn't the case. I've often been tripped up by the balancing act of being secure in myself while also taking ownership of the space I've been invited to occupy. The attempt to measure my words hasn't always been easy for me. Discouragement comes quickly when communication is hard and someone seems bent on misunderstanding me. In these moments, I can be tempted to escape by becoming defensive, or conversely choose to hold back words when they actually would be useful. Self-assurance is a whole thing. Jesus is all too familiar with this struggle as well. Matthew 27:11 to 14 tells us that even while Jesus was being accused by chief priests and elders, he did not offer any answer. Even when Pilate asked him to speak up, he still did not speak up to defend himself. You would think that given the circumstances, Jesus' response would have been anything but silence. I mean, he was in a fight for his life. But instead, something rather fascinating took place. Jesus chose to answer when it was sensible to do so, and when it wasn't, he held to what he knew to be true about who he was and maintained his position in connection to his Father. What would the world look like if we knew when to give an answer or when no explanation was needed? Sometimes we get things reversed, and in some of our attempts to hold on to who we are, we actually end up losing ourselves. We forget we are fathered by the God who spun the stars into the space. We forgot he makes our steps secure. We forgot we are made powerful through our connection with him. I want to challenge you to become aware of how you give and answer. Are you more interested in acceptance, or do you first choose to lean into what your Father thinks about you and what he requires of you as a result? What does he have to say about who you are? Ephesians 1:3-14 says, "You are blessed, you are chosen, You are adopted. You are beloved. You are redeemed. You are forgiven. You are loved. You are known. You are God's own possession. When you and I operate from a place of being loved and belonging, it will change our response to others. When we stand firm in our identity in Christ, we will also know when to answer and when to hold our peace. I thought that was very good. I'm a work in progress, okay? I am not always good at holding my tongue when I should. And yes, I think I spend too much time looking for acceptance from those around me instead of from the only one who matters, God. That was it, peeps. I hope this finds you absolutely flamazing. Stay blessed. Until next time. Hey, you made it to the end. Please hit like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.